When?
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Christmas Friday. It is dead silence again. Okay, it's gonna get loud music again. Just turn it down on your ends, guys.
Yep.
I'm so annoyed.
Right after the warning too.
Hey guys, we're live. All right, we're still good?
Yeah.
What's wrong? Did I just deafen everyone?
No, you're good. You're good.
All right. Welcome to Crystal Strahd. I'm the bees. I GM this here game, and got our players here. Let's introduce ourselves and our characters. And what's our question today, Rogue? Our icebreaker?
The coolest or scariest bad guy that you have seen in the movie that's memorable to you.
I think we need to start with you. What's your idea for this question?
Okay. I don't remember his name, but he played the Aztec protagonist in Apocalypto, Mel Gibson's Apocalypto. The savage tribal dude. He wore like a skull on his head, and he just looked. He was well cast for the part. He just looked intimidating, badass.
So good.
And I am Rogue, and I will be playing Tyraman, the Revenant Paladin. Also, the creator of the Demon Gate tabletop RPG. Just a drive-through RPG.
That amazing RPG.
This.
There you go, Jester. You just gotta.
Placement.
He's such a good dude.
Oh.
Thank you, Jester. It's a Giga Chad. I just heard that term, so I've been using it. Like
Giga Chad.
The appropriate instance.
It is. It's appropriate. Yeah.
All right. Who next?
I'll go.
Okay, go ahead.
Go, ladies first.
Okay. One of the creepiest villains, and I was just thinking about it. Kind of makes me. Have y'all ever watched Pan's Labyrinth?
Yeah.
You know the Pale Man?
Yeah, the hands.
Yeah. He
Pretty
creeps
sweet.
the hell out of me with the eyeballs
really good.
on his hands, and the
That's
way
really
he would
good.
move. Like, oh yeah, no. Anything that
He's
like
great.
kills and eats children, I don't like. I don't like it. Looking at you, Zash.
I
No, I'm just
love
kidding.
it when children get eaten.
But yeah, that's me. Also, I play Camila Lovari. She is a Vistani Sorlock that just died last session. But not permanently, thankfully.
She got better.
I got better.
Awesome.
she was told to chew loud.
Chill. Prank.
My name is Prankster, and I play Paul Darkwander. And the bad guy that left a really good impression on me. That's the question, right?
There's
There's
a good bad guy.
There's okay. I'm gonna go with the one that I first thought of, because I think I'm trying to think of like the best one I can think. I'm gonna go with the one I first thought of, the liquid metal bad guy from Terminator 2.
T-1000, right?
I just watched.
Yeah, T-1000. I remember as a kid watching him just walk through the jail and then just reform.
Yeah.
And I was like,
the gun gets stuck. It was so
oh god. Yeah, it was frightening and awful.
It's so good. It's like my kids were watching the new Chip and Dale movie, and they do the thing where he freezes in liquid nitrogen and his legs keep walking. The little Gumby character. And my son was so confused by it. I'm like, it's a great reference to a great movie. You're not old enough yet. But it's so good.
That actor's playing the bad guy in another movie the DC movie with it was the runoff of the Suicide Squad. What's his
Yeah, he's so
name?
old looking now. Yeah.
Yeah. What's his name? John Cena's. Do you know that? You know what I'm talking about, that character? No, nobody's following that one.
Mm-mm.
Wait,
bust it
which
out.
one?
John Cena's playing him in the Suicide Squad. They had a runoff.
Oh yeah, Peacemaker, right?
Peacemaker, yeah. He
He's
plays
awesome.
Peacemaker's dad, the T2 guy. He's a total piece of crap.
he's good. He's good at that. All right, Jester.
Well, I'm Jester. I'll be playing Zash, a Yuan-Ti who is also a druid. And if he actually falls asleep and gets a good night's rest for a change, he transforms into a bear.
Yeah.
He's also becoming very, very dark.
Yeah, this place is
Zash.
rubbing off on him.
Yeah. Ever since he killed the mongrels, if you haven't caught on to it.
Yeah. No, I was there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
That time you killed children?
Yeah.
No, I was there. I was there.
They were monsters, children.
No, that was.
Also, the only thing that he was keeping him grounded was the fact that he had to help Good Kitty, and Good Kitty doesn't remember him at all.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
What about his good friend Paul?
Oh, God.
But
Nah. Okay. That's fine. I remember that.
I said but.
Oh, okay.
I didn't say
Maybe
nah.
not.
I said but.
Okay, I rescind my fuck you. My apologies. But for the record, it's still on the table for me to be able to use.
As far as scary movies, scary movies never really got me. Never really scared me. One of the coolest villains that I ever can think of, though, in a horror film, is Christine.
The car?
The car.
Yes. Christine is probably one of the coolest concepts that I've ever thought of for a villain in a movie at all. Who would suspect a car of killing everyone? Also,
Maximum Overdrive too, right? Yeah.
Also, Cujo.
Oh yeah.
Cujo. Oh.
Dude, I still have memories when I watched that as a kid of Cujo eating that cat. It was like engraved in my brain. I hated it.
Cujo is probably the worst villain I could come up with. You know, like, as in the terms of I don't like.
Yeah. That's cool.
So you like a lot of the animal ones, the non-human,
Not even
Yeah.
monsters.
Non-human monsters.
Jaws and stuff like that.
I mean, Meg's better than Jaws.
Yeah,
That's sweet.
I haven't seen that one.
I saw the first
haven't
one.
seen the
The
Meg?
second one looks like a B-rated flick. Like this new one
Yeah, I've
coming
seen
up. But anyway.
Yeah. And on the bees, I play lots of characters. My favorite horror. When I was in high school, when I first turned 17, I rented out like the entire horror section at the movie theater, the print writ shop, one VHS at a time. I rented the entire horror section, and I was kind of numb to horror, but the one monster that always got to me was Freddy Krueger, because I'm like, he's like the one that you couldn't escape. Like, 'cause the rest of them just seem so unrealistic, or they seem so silly. And I'm like, but a guy who gets you in your dreams, like, you gotta sleep.
Yeah.
And when you're dreaming, there are no rules. Like, he can do anything in your dream. So, like, it's like you can't escape the dude. And I love all the Krueger movie, man.
You remember the one where they played D&D, and they all had to play their characters in the dream?
That's right.
Dream Warriors.
It was like perfect 80s.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
yeah, it
Beautiful.
was.
On the other flip
Yeah.
of the coin, the dumbest villain I've ever encountered in a movie was from The Happening, the Pollen. I thought it was so freaking stupid.
It's the trees. It's the
The
trees.
trees.
Yeah, that one was rough.
Jeepers Creepers was another good villain.
Yeah, yeah, that
That was
was.
fun.
But the dumbest ones are the hillbillies from, what was it, Wrong Turn.
Oh, I thought you were about to. There was this one hillbilly, but it was
There's always hillbillies.
spoof. But anyway, yeah. Anyway, we should probably move on.
What's that movie with the oh gosh where the two guys are accidentally like killing everybody?
Yes, that's the one I was thinking of. I love that. It's so funny.
I forgot
Like
what
they're
it's
like
called.
they're like running into like the weapons and killing themselves.
Yeah,
These teenagers
Like,
are crazy.
I like jump into the wood chipper and like all these like
Yeah, it's so stupid.
it's pretty great.
That sounds familiar, but I can't.
Yeah,
Bill and Tucker. That might have been it. Bill and Tucker.
yeah, something like that.
That was good.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, let's get back and do a little recap.
Yeah.
Previously on Curse of Strahd, our characters.
Wow. So I'm going to do that anytime you say previously in Curse of Strahd. Go ahead.
I won't say it again.
You're committed.
Our characters are so tired. They've been through a lot. They are spent as far as their spells and their usables for the day, except for old Camila, who recharges on a short rest. So they were in our previous episode. They noted that a vampire woman was stalking Irina in town. She's now back at the Burgomaster's mansion. They realized that Lady Voctor had escaped the little torture closet in the Burgomaster's mansion. Zash also realized that Good Kitty had disappeared, also known as Stella Voctor, had disappeared from the coffin maker shop where they normally stay. And he found out that a bald guy apparently had taken her. So Zash ran to the only bald guy he knew, Soldar, one of the hunters in town, but it wasn't him. Turns out it was this other bald guy, Ivan, who's the local grocer in town. The party all meets up outside, and Zash hears a kitty person upstairs, while Ivan, the grocer, he plays dumb. So combat ensues. The party nearly kills this guy, and in a panic, this guy transforms into a wolf, and he attempts to escape. As he's doing this on the stairwell where the whole party is standing, a cone of cold comes from an invisible source at the top of the stairs, hits just about everybody. And Camila and the wolf are both essentially frozen to death. Frozen solid. And others are hurt pretty badly. The invisible mage reveals herself to be Lady Voctor, trying to protect her daughter. I believe it was Zash who had the potion to heal Stella, is that right?
Yep.
And he does heal her. Stella is revived, restored, her sanity and her mind returns, but she's confused, and she remembers nothing of her time as Good Kitty. She's scared and she doesn't know where she is. So Lady Voctor tries to convince this girl that the party had done this to her, and that Lady Voctor would keep her safe, keep her daughter safe. The party tries to convince her otherwise. But with Camila and others still on the verge of death, they decide to let Lady Voctor go. She seems to be a fairly powerful caster. And the party's very tired.
Just a wee bit.
So the Voctor women walk away into the shadows of Valaki. Again, it's the middle of the night. Zash says goodbye to Good Kitty, and he doesn't really look back. His little pet is gone forever. So then the party takes the frozen wolf off on the stairwell. They stabilize him, and he returns to his human form as his body is thawed. And then Paul attempts to remove Curse, hoping to remove the lycanthropy from this werewolf man. And it seems to take as his body cracks and and he awakens screaming. That's where we left off. Let me close that here. So here we are. Oh, let me get you guys back to the map. Ivan's grocery. Okay. So again, you guys are standing over him. I think you guys are fairly hurt. There's a few of you that are pretty hurt at least.
Oh yeah.
I need to change this music because it's going to hit with the organ again soon if I don't change it.
I'm all out of level 3 spells. I'm all out of level 2 spells. I have 2 level 1 slots left.
It's kind of cool you had a remove curse like on you though.
That was okay. When you told me I had to prepare, when I had to prepare level 3 spells,
Yeah.
I remove curse as one of them because I was like, because we kept talking about werewolves, and I was like, I'm gonna get one. We're gonna get one, and I'm gonna question the hell out of him. So this is kind of like I'm very excited that this is actually happening.
All right, you can turn back up your Sirenscape because it's going to be quiet in this house.
I am going to, before we do anything else, just to make certain we're all good, cure wounds.
And
Actually, I think I used one on Camilla, correct?
Yeah. You cured me.
'cause
I have
she's-
12 HP.
She's above 0, so yeah.
I don't know if I took that slot away, so I'm just going to go ahead and take another one, just in case.
Okay.
And I'm going to selfishly use the other one on myself.
I'm sitting at the table. I've produced flames in my hand, and I'm using it to like warm myself.
Yeah.
like
You're,
just still
chattering.
trying to get the ice off of me.
So yeah, you guys were kind of standing over him because you weren't sure if this was going to take or not. But in the remove curse, he immediately I'm going to just pop him up at 1 hit point essentially.
Oh, baby. Max healing on that puppy.
For yourself.
Daddy Lake. I don't know why I said it like that.
Creepy about it. All right. So yes, he just snaps up. He says, "What do you want?" He says, "What'd you do? What is this? What happened? What did you do to me?"
First of all, we knew that you were abducting the child. So, you're gross. That's step 1.
What child? What child?
The child, the good kitty, is my good friend Zash likes to call it. Her Stella. Wait, no.
It was Stella, correct.
Stella.
Good job.
Okay, yes.
He says, "I didn't. She told me to go pick her up. She did. She wanted her daughter back, and I brought her back to reunite her with her daughter. That's all."
Oh, you were tasked by the mother to do this.
He says,
See, we weren't abducting her.
He's very. He just looks very confused. He's looking at his body. He's kind of like moving his arms around. He says, "What did you do? What happened?"
So at that point, Zash gets up and just walks away, back out to the front step.
No, that's fair. We thought he was a child abductor, but he was actually tasked with it. So, good job, Zash.
That's right. You guys bound him up somehow too, right? Because you thawed him out before you revived him. I have him as bound. So
We were all holding him down.
Chairman had his silver sword too, was pointed at him, but
nice.
Truth.
Which, even if he's not a were creature, it could still hurt.
Oh, absolutely.
yeah. Chairman watches Zash walk away, and is kind of a little confused by it. He looks over to Sir Paul and to Camilla. Now what?
What? What did you do? How did you do that?
I removed your lycanthropy. You'll no longer turn into a werewolf.
Sheath sword.
He's just kind of stunned. Wait,
Well,
wait, no. What am I? This is. Thank you. He says. No, they're gonna kill me. He says, no, I can't. Where can I go?
who's going to kill you?
Who's going to kill you?
He says, Kirill and the others, they.
What was that name?
Kirill. Let me write it down for you, for your notes.
Kirill. Where can we find this Kirill? Would you mind telling us?
Where can we find Purell? Usually on a counter.
Why would they want to kill you?
Since I've never heard of one being cured before. He said, they won't let me back. I have. You need to leave.
All right. No.
Please.
No.
He says,
First, you're going to answer some questions.
I'm dead. I'm already dead.
Cool. Well, then in that case, you can answer our questions because you're dead, no matter what. So you might as well help us.
What? There's nothing I can do for you.
Stop yammering and just look at me. Look at me. Look at me.
It's bald guy.
I want you to say, my name is Ivan,
My name is Ivan.
and I am a strong, independent man.
I'm a strong, independent man.
Oh, come on. Stop being a pussy. Say it confidently. I'm a strong, independent man.
Yes, I'm strong, independent. What are you doing here? Why
I'm
did you do
trying
this
to
me?
get, I'm trying to get you to first off, we were going to kill you, and I brought you back. So you should be thankful for that. Secondly, have the werewolves been abducting children? To get to the point.
He looks down. Roll a diplomacy check, if that's what you're going for. Or persuasion, I guess is the word, isn't it? In this game.
Persuasion.
Can I be? Oh, you're persuading. Never mind. If you were intimidating, I'd help, but you're not.
Yeah.
I'm too tired.
Okay, Terriman heals himself, also in the background there. Okay. Says, I don't know anything about werewolves. He says,
Oh my god. Oh my Zash! Well, if you don't have any knowledge of the werewolves, then I suppose my friend Zash can just dispatch of you right now.
Zash walks in. Yes.
This guy's at 1 hit point. He's so close to death anyway.
Why would you blatantly lie? Why? Like, why? Why?
It's okay.
Hold,
okay,
Zash.
okay.
Hold, Zash. Just hold.
Hold on. Oh, okay.
What did you call me in here for?
I might need you to kill this man. I just need you on
Zash-
standby.
Zash leans forward, and once again, venom starts dripping from his fangs. And he starts to open his mouth open, and his jaw kind of unhinges.
I'm gonna summon Mage Hand, and I'm gonna flick Zash in the nostril. No, got it out.
One hit point, you can kill him.
No, not lethal.
No,
not lethal.
I'm saying a drip of venom hits his head.
Oh,
We need
Got
to
it.
find out where the children are.
absolutely.
What are werewolves doing with the children?
Zash's mouth closes slightly. Answer their questions.
Somebody else could try and intimidate him, by the
Do
way.
you
I-
not care about these children?
Or I will devour you. I am not in the mood to be trifled with.
I will let Zash roll an intimidation with advantage because this guy is. What? What else you got?
I want to roll sense motive on Zash to see if he's being legit.
If he really wants to kill a guy.
I feel like
I
that's
feel
good. I'm not
insight.
gonna roll.
Insight.
Yeah, insight, yeah.
All right, roll.
I rolled a 13.
13.
I know my puny ass wouldn't be able to stop him. Not right now.
The question is whether or not you're trying to hide it or obscure the fact that
Yeah.
if you're not trying to hide that you're actually going to devour him, then it would be easier.
Devour him, no, because he's still not going to kill his own food.
I would like to try a different approach.
But let me
Okay,
roll that
did you roll your
intimidation.
Yeah, I was gonna
intimidate
say-
while you're there? With
17.
advantage. I gave you advantage, so.
17.
Yeah. He's like, okay, yes. Okay. Yes, we have been abducting children. Yes, we have.
Why and where? So that I can leave here in peace. Or you shall be leaving here in pieces.
I can't.
Zash grabs a hold of his throat.
Oh.
Either you answer me, or you shall become my dinner. At least if you answer us, you have a chance to run.
He says, at the mountainside over Lake Baratok is we.
Zash
A
lets
little
go of his
special.
throat. Now, why have you been taking them?
He says, Kirill, he wants us to take. This is for the strength of the pride of the pride. There's a word for it. It's
Pack.
The pack.
The pack. Yes, strength of the pack.
So what you're saying is you're abducting young children to turn to become part of your pack?
He says, yes. Children take to the curse.
Wait a minute. I get up immediately from the table and walk up to him, pull out the bloody dress, and shove it in his face. Do you know what happened to this little girl?
I don't know. I don't recognize it. I'm sorry. I mean, it could have been one of the kids.
If he was still a werewolf, I would make him smell it.
Zash grabs his throat one more time.
Okay.
What was the name of the lake you said you'd take them to?
It's at the mountains. Let me double check the map.
As he pulls out a little paper from his pocket.
I'm really bad at geography.
Also, just a reminder, Rogue said he also wanted to try something.
Yes.
He did. Yeah, let's get
Oh,
Rogue to
I was gonna attempt something, but Zash has got it.
diplomatic now.
Yeah, Zash has got it. Thank you,
Behind Lake Baratok. You know what? Let me just
Can you just show us the map?
ping it on your map for you.
Okay, really quick though, we are still on Ivan's grocer. So
I know.
If you,
I know.
Okay.
I'm trying to. Yeah.
I only mention that because I've done that. Like I'll be
course,
picking
of
on a
course.
map that I've shown my
No, that's-
.
That's fair.
Can you guys see this? No, we can't. We're not even there.
Right here. I'm just gonna put it on the map layer.
Okay.
Bang.
Lake Baratok.
Oh my
That's not too
goodness.
far either.
We
Yeah,
weren't
that's
that
where
far when we were at the cathedral. Or the-
Elf that wasn't from these lands told us to go visit.
How many people are part of this pack of werewolves?
Oh, the numbers fluctuate. Jesus, how many? Gotta be. How many? It's gotta be 30 of us. 40,
Shit.
like that.
When you go to your cave or whatever that is that they take the children to, do they require any kind of secret code to get in or anything?
You just gotta be one of us. Or one of them, he says.
You have to be a werewolf.
You have to. Do you have to be in your transformed werewolf state, or could you
No.
go like? Could you be like, "Hey guys, how's it going? This is Ivan. I'm here to do my normal thing."
You sound just like me. No,
I know. I have an uncanny ability to replicate people's
Sorry, I
voices.
think my voice is permanently like this now.
Well, Zash does still have his throat right now.
Okay, that's fine. I don't mind. So no, we can walk up in human form. That we recognize each other. We're family. So we all know each other. He says they won't let you in.
They're such close family that they'll kill you if you're cured of your curse. Why would they be so upset if your curse was cured?
Because adults don't change back. It's hard to change an adult into a werewolf. They won't let me back. And I know. I mean, here I am, being questioned by you.
Do people
I know
who
too
are-
much. That's what I'm saying. I know too much.
Do people who are werewolves in this pack enjoy being werewolves, or would they be grateful to have their curse removed, like yourself?
I didn't want to be healed. I don't think any of us.
So you're fine with being abducted from your home, away from your families, and turned into this?
He says I had a pretty good gig here. Go undercover, selling groceries to the townsfolk.
Zash, at this point, just looks like he is tired of the questions and drops his hand. Just remember, if they call me in, what will happen? And he starts walking out again.
Cooperate. I'm cooperating. It's just they're the only family I have. So
You had a good gig here, stealing children.
I thought the same thing, Rogue. I'm right there with you.
you
Kill
asked him if he had a good gig.
Kidnapping
Yeah,
children?
kidnapping children. He said if I didn't, they'd kill me. It's Kirill. You can't defy him. He's not the kind of leader you can just disagree with.
This guy might need to die. Out of character.
So here's the thing. I think I agree. I hate to just be like, I don't want to be a murder hobo where we're like, we just find all these people who need to die. Like, we're the ones making it.
At the
But I
same
mean-
time, out of character, if he lives, he could try to warn them
Yes.
as a way to save his own head. So, as much as I don't,
So,
I
do you
mean,
call Zash back in?
I could do it.
Wait. I have another question.
You don't have any more questions before you kill me?
I have one more question. Yeah, we're all having this discussion around him, like in character.
But if we kill
Does
him,
he
it's
need to
going to
die?
ruin the others.
Yes, I think we should kill him. Maybe.
I'm not going back in there. I'm not going back in there. I can't. They won't let me in.
Shh. We're having an important conversation. Ivan. Hold on. So, we need to debate the ethics of killing him.
He's just rubbing his throat.
Yes. Okay, so my question though was, Mother Midnight, was that the code?
Yeah, Mother Night.
Mother Night.
She's
What do you do?
their like goddess, yeah.
Yes, what do you know of Mother Night?
She's the only god here.
I think Strahd would disagree with that.
Wait a minute. If this Mother Night is the only god for you, and that would of course go in direct opposition to the devil.
Strahd!
You're outside.
The door's open.
He's just yelling from across the house.
Does that mean the werewolves are in opposition to the devil?
Oh no. Kirill is. Strahd put Kirill in charge.
Ah.
I'm gonna look over at Paul, and in Paul's head, he's gonna hear, "He's going to have to die."
It was different before.
What? Before what?
Before Kirill was in charge.
What was it like before Kirill was in charge?
We didn't. He hesitates.
You didn't kidnap children?
You didn't...
He's it was sorry, I'm
trying to figure out how to phrase it as a GM.
like, how much do I tell you now? I think he's gonna freeze and not say anything. You can keep looking at it however you want.
Yeah, I think you're going to have to finish this sentence.
I think
Zash walks back in upon hearing him hesitate to answer a question.
I want to...
Is he refusing to answer questions?
I think Talibin was just about to say something. I heard him kind of peek up.
Terraman's been fighting fighting the will, I guess, right? To see if he needs to kill this guy. So he's probably pulling out his hammer now. And he's still thinking about it, like looking at the hammer
That's awesome.
while they're talking to him, and like, and as he holds the hammer up, he'll say, you could save more children by giving this information to us. Correct? You could still do something good. I'm gonna try to use my persuasion, if that's possible.
Yeah, sure. A regular persuasion roll, yeah.
While he's talking to him, Zash is walking in. As he walks by the chair, his hand comes down and swats the chair on the ground. He scoots the table that's there out of the way and starts walking towards Ivan.
That's a pretty good persuasion.
He says, you can save the children.
How?
I don't know how you'll get in there, how you can get past them. How you could... Kirill would never... He says, you'd have to... Yeah, he doesn't have any ideas. He says, if you presented yourself volunteering to turn, but it wouldn't... Kirill would never... I don't...
Okay, look. I'd love, first off, couple more questions. You're gonna have to pardon us for trusting you, given that you have called this a pretty sweet gig. With the abducting of the children, makes it a bit difficult to trust you. Especially given you've also said they're the only family you've ever had. That was a quote. That was a quote, Terrabin, was it not?
Yeah, it was.
Yes. See, I could, it's a little bit. Well, I'd love to have you like infiltrate them, and you'd be like, "Hey, let's go save the kids." But right now, what I'm getting more from you isn't, "Hey, let's go save the kids," and it's more, "How can I abduct more kids?" And can
Or
you see how
how-
that's a problem?
How can I save my own ass?
As Zash walks up, his eyes are glowing green.
I think that's all he's interested in right now. But tell me, Mr. Werewolf, can regular wolves enter into the den freely?
Um,
Regular.
Gotta remember, Zash
Yeah.
is wearing the cloak of a wolf on his back.
yeah.
It
yeah.
smells just like a wolf.
Sure. He says, if you were with a werewolf, you could possibly. But
He looks at him again.
If a regular wolf was to wander into the den, would these werewolves even think twice on it? Meaning that wolves would probably be lured to your whatever.
there are ordinary wolves who come and go.
And can anybody that is wolf by nature challenge this pack leader?
That's how he came to power, but
Zash looks at Paul.
I think I have a way into their den. Do we still need this guy?
It depends if we want to like get in there without a big fuss. You know.
I say we keep him alive, but in chains.
Oh.
Camilla. Wait,
He looks
is this-
like Camilla, right? When she makes that noise, and he nods and he says, "I know."
I just want to. I think you can tell from looking at him, like since you've removed the curse, he's essentially an NPC, like 4 hit points, like AC 10. Like he's
dude, normal
He looks weaker.
he wouldn't be easy. He wouldn't be hard to dispatch of if you needed to in a moment.
Zash looks at Paul and goes,
If I was to go in wolf form, transform within inside the cave, and challenge this leader to the right to lead their pack, would that not work, Ivan?
Would the doggies even let you do that?
It might. It might work if you were one of us, he says.
I wouldn't be one of you. I would be a wolf. A straight up wolf challenging for the pack.
Yeah. Kira would be too proud to say no, but I don't see it going your way if you face him one against another.
I roll an insight check. I accidentally rolled intimidation and rolled a
Sure,
7, but I would
Yeah.
like to. I mean, I usually
7 plus 7
use
is
my
14. Yeah, fair.
That insight roll is to determine whether or not I think Camilla is in charge right now, or the crazy demon person that's
Valeska.
Valeska. I don't know if a 14 will be able to determine that, but from what I know, Camilla seems to be more soft-hearted, and Valeska seems to be the more murdery one, and I'm getting a murdery vibe.
Looking over at her, she absolutely looks like the tiniest indication that this man is dead, she will blast him to obliteration. So, if that tells you who is in charge right now, because Camila, she just wanted to rest. This isn't Camila.
Okay. Paul looks at Valeska and he says, Valeska, you let that woman rest.
Oh, she's resting right now.
No. This is cheating. This is cheating. All of this is all terrible. We all need to have a come to Kellenvor moment here. All right, we all need to chill out.
I agree. This is terrible. This is terrible.
I think you've got better things to worry about on your plate right now.
Is the banister to the stairwells made
On
of
the
wood?
left. Sure.
All right. Zash
I mean,
grabs a hold of it
that's fine. Yeah.
and attempts to crush it within his hands because he hears this guy said that it wouldn't go very well.
Oh. You're as prideful
19.
as a leader. Gee whiz. Yeah, you just crush describe what you do. The banister.
So, as they're having their conversation, Zash just reaches over and grabs a hold of the wooden railing. He doesn't pull on it. He doesn't tug on it. He just starts to tighten his. He just starts to tighten his grip until it crumbles in his hand. And he looks at the guy. Either way, they would have to leave the cavern in order to see to the challenge.
Oh, Zash, I just love a good display of power.
My God, this is... All right. I'm going to get us back on track here.
Zash actually looks up at her, and Zash's eyes are glowing right now. It's either the reflection of the light being like snake eyes or something, but he just looks up and gives a toothy little grin as a drop of venom just comes out.
All right, I have a few more questions for you, and then we can move on. First question. How often do you have to go back to your den? Or do you go every night? Or do you go every other day, once a week? What does that look like?
Just I stop by. Usually every night. Not every night, most nights.
Okay, most nights. When was the last time you went?
Well, I've been here with Lady Voctor, didn't...
Why did Lady Voctor hire you in particular? Was she aware of your affliction?
That's a good question, Valeska, even though you're creepy.
He says, well, she is now.
Well, my good man, if she can turn invisible at will, there's a good chance she already knew.
He said, I don't think she knew. She wouldn't have trusted me with her daughter if she knew.
Good point. Okay. That's a fair point, Ivan. I concede that. Are there any...
I serve Mother Knight. She serves the devil. But we're simpatico. He says, but no, she did not know my true nature, as it were.
All right, I've got two more questions. Do you know if Mother Knight is responsible for the mist that is ever present in this place? That keeps the sun out.
I believe so, he says.
All right. I had a hunch. All right, final question. Are there any other covert werewolves in Valaki.
Are there any other covert werewolves in Valaki? Right. Oh, there we go. Just a moment. Good question. He's not hesitating as much as I am.
It's fair.
No, it was just me. He says.
Insight check. I'm gonna insight the shit out of that. I don't know why I rolled twice. 19.
That's all right. You rolled a 19, and you believe him. Yeah, I mean, you're like, oh, this is just me.
Do other of your kind sneak into this place, or is it mostly just you doing the abducting?
Oh no, we hunt.
I would imagine you would need a whole pack to take all the children.
Yeah, and you would know that there had been like a raid essentially while you guys were out at the castle, right? Yeah, I just know we there have been raids. We used to just pick up children in the woods whenever we could, but Kirill's gotten a little more fervent.
Who's gotten more? Oh, got it.
Yes.
About increasing the size. How many children have you abducted?
I think he said
As
there's
of
about
recent.
30 or 40. Or
I was
that's
gonna say over the years, or okay.
I mean, like within the last couple of weeks for Valaki.
Because we probably. We've probably taken about a dozen, but he hesitates again.
How long? Oh, continue.
No, we've taken about a dozen kids to defend the last bush lately.
And how long does it take to turn a child into a werewolf? Is it like an immediate transformation, or does it take time?
So no, we turn them. The survivor.
Let me guess, every full moon you have to turn them?
He kind of laughs. He says, "Oh,
It's always a full moon here. Do you not remember?
Yeah.
Yes.
I forgot.
Yeah. Just we turn them pretty much right away after the trial.
Do you do the trial like daily, or is this like once every 10 days? What does that look like?
Well, he kind of he doesn't look like he wants to talk anymore.
Manacles.
Yeah, we're gonna have to manacle you.
One final question from me. You mentioned you are a follower of Mother Night, and yet Kirill, your current pack alpha, is one of the devil's companions, or pets, I should say. Does that mean that you and Kirill's current obligations do not currently align, but you lack the power to object?
Because I do wish things were run differently.
Insight check.
Oh, okay, sure. I might just hand wave that. Go ahead, roll an insight. I mean,
I rolled a 9. God damn.
Ah, Can't tell.
You both believe him that he. Well, I was gonna say that your insight is sure. He's hard to read, but he's obviously a shady character, but you do get the sense that there's some tension with the leader, obviously.
If I detected that I was instantly gonna kill him if I had thought that he followed Strahd. But right now he's kind of hard to read.
Yeah.
I was gonna blast him with Eldritch Blast right
Yeah.
there.
He was gonna say it was. We didn't. We don't pledge fealty to Strahd, but Kirill has. This is why
This is why they're your family, but he is not so much. More forced.
He shakes his head.
Forced,
No.
Baba. Poor
Well,
Bobby.
You will all need to be brought to justice, and Harriman will start to chain him up.
Zash will grab a hold of his throat. We could just bring him to justice now. And his hand starts to tighten just slightly.
It would be so lovely.
We might need him still.
Kellenvor will call this man to death one day, but today is not that day. While he still might have used us to save some of these children, we have much to think about how to proceed, because we have lots to do in the coming day. Paul!
Zash releases him and just walks away while listening to Paul.
Paul, in your head, you hear not the usual voice from Camila. If we let him go, he could give them a heads up of our plan, and that would kill all of the children or put them in danger, any that might not already be turned.
Valeska is the other name, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And can I answer back with a mental, or do I have to say something?
You can answer back with a mental.
I look at her dead in the eyes, and I say to Valeska, you might have taken up free residence in my friend Camilla's head, but you are not allowed in mine.
She just smiles back at you.
And he smiles very politely back.
So much being
right.
said without being said. That's fun.
Yeah. Chairman just sees us smiling at each other and is like, okay, I guess they like each other. That's cool, I guess.
Camila's flirting with everyone today.
That's awesome.
That's not Camila. Camila doesn't flirt. Valeska,
Yeah,
however.
Paul stretches out his arms and he says, all right, no more shenanigans tonight. We have much to do tomorrow. Ivan, I guess, come with us and we'll keep you as part of our menagerie of people that we just keep. This is the thing we do.
What was the insight roll for, Terramin?
He makes a good point there. While he's, chaining him up, he's looking at you two smiling at each other for a moment, and he's like, "The hell?"
My smile is so malicious.
Yeah.
And
I think he gets, because she's talked to his head before, right?
I believe... Oh, wait. Have I sent Terramin a message?
Yeah.
I think I have.
I'm pretty sure.
I can't
pretty
remember.
sure
Everyone
I
knows you
remember
can't
that.
do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're looking at each other in such a way and making different facial expressions. that it's like they're having some sort of secret conversation. And he'll push him along.
Okay. So Ivan is just he's walking, but he's just like a lost puppy. It's like,
Yeah.
you should just kill me. I'm a dead man.
Is that an invitation?
I would gladly. And he starts to walk back.
24 hours. 24 hours. He could be dead in 24 hours. It'll probably be this Kalai guy doing it. But
You're no
I
fun, Baldman.
I do what I need to do.
You still might be able to redeem yourself.
Who's the bald man? This guy? Yes.
Yeah, the little one.
That's how I found
You got
him.
the net. You got the net.
And
What?
Zash is pointing towards the guy that they've
Paul
captured.
is smoothing out
that's
his
right.
hair to make certain that nobody knows he's bald. It's just like he's like, yes, whoever that bald person is.
Well, I mean,
That's-
it's like as Ash said, there is a bald man there, so take it as you will.
I
that's
think
right,
I said
you've
before that Zash believes that Paul's wig is real.
Yeah. I think Paul's only taken it off once, and that was before Rogue and Camilla joined. It was a real intense scene.
I don't remember that.
It was in the rain with the sun.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right, so you have him bound. You're going to walk him
I
back to the Burgomaster's house? What are you doing?
Is there a jail cell in the Burgermeister's place?
There's
I
that
did-
torture closet. That's what
Just
Camilla
throwing this
stepped
out
into.
there, I did put my head on Paul, or my hand on Paul's head when I was going through Umbra.
It's true.
So I probably could
remember.
have felt that it was not real.
Yeah, I think
That's fair.
I don't think you have to have a high perception to realize
It's
that Zash is more reptile than man. So
Zash is Zash.
Anyway, I'm sorry.
think-
Continue.
I think that's perfect, actually.
yeah.
The torture chamber will be his new jail
Yeah.
cell.
I agree.
Yeah.
All right. So Paul in his little robe, because like I said earlier, he's not dressed. He just starts walking towards the Burgermeister mansion.
Oh, I meant to mention this earlier. We can retcon it however you want, but I forgot about like the mechanics of lycanthropy, and his clothes are all like tattered and stuff because he like basically went into like wolf form, and his clothes are all messed up. So he's almost naked, like the Hulk style, you know.
That's fair. He's been abducting children.
You
He can deal with it.
guys were over here, so you just kind of take him through town.
What time of day is it right now?
It is middle of the night because you
It's
guys
middle of the night.
that's
you had gotten
right.
you'd gotten a short rest, and everyone else was still sleeping.
That's why Paul's like, we're going to bed.
It's
I
the
need
middle of
to
the
go
night
to
still.
bed."
Literally, while you guys were falling asleep, Zash was talking to the hunters.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
And then Zash runs by, and you guys chase him down.
Yeah.
And she read the book. already tonight.
She woke people up to tell them like, "Hey, can we check on that closet?"
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What is Stella's mom's name again?
Lady Voctor.
So Lady Voctor came out of the closet.
So this would be finishing the night's rest.
So we're heading back to rest then, I guess.
Assuming bees will actually not interrupt us for a third time in the middle of the night.
I didn't interrupt you.
She did read the book.
Well, she couldn't
This
sleep.
night.
A little
Right.
girl, and she was like carrying about.
Yeah,
like,
so we get into the we get into the Burgermeister's mansion, and Paul looks at Zash, and he's like, "Zash, we need to rest. God, I need to rest. You could do all your crazy snake man running tomorrow. All right? Good Kitty has been saved. We're going to talk about that tomorrow." And he gives him like a stern look. Then he looks at Valeska, and he says, "Valeska, Camilla, I don't know who I'm speaking to right now." And then he assumes Valeska, and he says, "Stay away from that goddamn book. I need to sleep." And then he looks at Terramin, and he says, "Terramin, don't let her touch the book. That's your only goal. The rest of this night, don't let her touch the book. Can you do that?"
Fascinating, little man. Do you not like to learn about your enemies?
"I like to learn about my enemies on a full night's rest, preferably while I am full of food and rest." I see. I'm just repeating words now because I'm tired.
We're all on the map now.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Roger.
The
What
Burgomaster's map. Sorry.
Yeah. We're in the Burgermeisters.
Okay. I'm throwing him into the torture room. The lock is broken. You'll have to find some way to rig it back up, or...
Does anyone have mending?
I have mending.
Yeah.
There's literal class. There's a literal clasp on the walls that we could just chain him up to.
Just manacle him to the wall. That's true.
Yeah.
Mending on all of the things. Very sleepily though.
Well,
is that a cantrip?
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
All right. Fair.
So Zash goes. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I just wanted to, Chairman, to ask Paul, what happens when she reads the book?
Mm-hmm.
I think when she reads the book, we get we see an image of Strahd's past. It's good that we're learning about him so as to overcome him, but I really need to sleep. I am 100% tapped on my spells, and I need a full night's rest so that I can be useful.
Yeah.
Alright.
You guys got a late start going to bed, and you've been interrupted again with all these shenanigans. So, yeah, you're gonna need to sleep in a little bit to get a full night's rest.
Zash walks into that parlor where we first waited with the what was it, the elephant head or the bear? The bear.
Yes, let me open the lighting for you.
Ooh, what's this creepy room with all the dolls?
That was Ezek. That was the his old guard who was obsessed with Irina because she was his sister. He didn't realize. Neither of them remembered.
And Zash literally curls up on the floor on the rug that's on the looks like a bearskin rug.
Oh yeah, yeah.
This is where he met the dogs the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. You know what? I have an idea. I have an idea for tomorrow.
Chairman will tell the guard that there is a prisoner in there.
That's right. I put a guard in there. There was a guard in there. It was, let's say it was Pete or Fidel. I think Fidel was the one that was upstairs.
Is there a bees check your DMs? But Paul, for all intents and purposes, is going to fall asleep in his little nest.
I'm gonna go in this nice library that captured my attention previously. And I'm tired. I'm exhausted. The body is kind of betraying the curiosity. Like, she's exhausted and weak, but she's so curious about all these books.
Yeah.
So I might, like, pluck one or two off the shelf and maybe pass out while looking at them, like, in the library, curled up on the floor or something.
You're gonna go sleep in the library. Paul's going back to the little wedding dress room. And Terraman's going back to his post by Irina's bed.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Again.
After he warns the guard that we have a new prisoner.
But Umbra will be... So, like, I'm passed out on the desk. You know how sometimes you fall asleep on your desk like this? And Umbra's going to be standing watch in the library. So if something comes in there, Umbra could act as a bit of an alarm.
All right. So you set an alarm. Is that what you said?
Essentially, Umbra doesn't have to sleep.
Fair.
So Umbra will kind of like stand watch on the desk with me, just kind of being there. So if anyone other than people I know comes into the library, Umbra will kind of act as like an alarm.
Mm.
If it's Terrorman, she'll probably just ignore him.
Yeah, Fidel posts up in the hallway to keep an eye on the other place as well. Prisoner. Okay, and we're all going to sleep?
Yep. Going to sleep.
Where everyone's at, what everyone's doing.
Even though Valeska totally wanted to open the book just to mess with Paul, but again, the body betrayed the mind.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Everyone will get a full night's rest. Go ahead and
baby.
I think if you use any of your hit dice, you only get half of them back. That's one of those rules that no one ever follows.
For a long rest?
Yeah, you only get half of them back on a long rest. As in, you sorry, let me double check that. But I believe what I'm saying is that however many hit dice you have left, you don't get all of them back at the end of the day. You get half of them back. If you spent more than half of them, you only get half of them back. But as far as healing goes, that's actually something I completely forgot about. I think you just get all your healing back.
Yeah, on a long rest, you get full HP back.
No, but I'm talking about how many hit dice you get back, though. Is you only get half of them. If you spent hit dice, you only get half of them back.
Oh, I actually have not spent any hit dice.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Me either.
Because I'm letting you guys play in easy mode.
Ooh, I get my forms of dread back.
Yeah, so
I haven't been able to play with that in a while.
Get your rages, your everything, wild shapes, your hit points, your spell slots, all that shiz will return to you.
Back to back.
Nice.
What did we say? I should be quiet. Just look it up again. I always forget the rules. Yep, that's what the rules are.
Spells back.
Whoa.
I feel bad because they didn't get to hear my version in the live stream, I don't think. When I was whispering to Paul in his mind as Valeska, now that I think about it, I don't know if the
your voice mod may not have gotten through this.
Oh,
but that's okay.
Bummer.
There's too many switches to flip.
Yeah. That's all right.
Oh, man.
You guys got it, and that's what's important.
So everyone goes to Biad. You get a full night's rest. And while you're sleeping, I'm not going to illustrate any dreams as we once did because we're going back in the tome against your will. You're still getting your rest, everybody. You're still getting your rest. We talked about this because I'm going to need your help with this flashback.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're all having dreams, but they're going to be interrupted with clouds, fog, mist. Sorry, I don't have any good music for it. That's fine. So yeah, every one of you, including Irina, is interrupted. Halo Fly. Let me see if I have music for it actually.
Yeah, I can hear it too. I swear, I keep hearing flies in my head. And other voices. This is really creeping me out.
There he is. Okay. There's that. Come on. Okay, this might be too much organ music. Yep. Super loud. What is that?
Actually feels a little at a comfortable volume for me.
So loud. Oh, is it?
For me, yeah, it's still a little loud, but it's not overpowering.
I had cranked it up the previous, so. Gee, Willikers. All right. I should have. Yeah, let's get that at a comfortable volume because I'm gonna stay on this track. Okay, so when else talk? Just for my balance and we're unmuted.
Hello.
Okay, that's cool. Okay, all right. Okay, so again, your everyone's vision becomes cloudy, as gesture illustrated, and you hear the familiar voice of Strahd. You know you have been sucked into the book that again, what we see is that the book was next to Camila. She was thinking about reading it, and she's like, "Not tonight." Pushes it away, and the book just opens up. Pages start flipping, and all of you are kind of like sucked into it into Strahd's words. What's up? You get something, Frank?
Nothing. I just sorry.
Okay. And you hear the familiar voice of Strahd von Zarovich. You know what? I would love to do a quick little recap of all the things he's written so far, because it's not a lot of words, despite the fact that you guys have done a lot in here. I'm going to read it through everything he's written so far. He says, "I am the ancient. I am the land. My beginnings are lost in the darkness of the past." You guys had the scene of him as a child, learning about his baby brother coming, and getting beat up by his sword instructor, Rahadin. He says, "Yet that past is now filled only with regret." Next chapter, he says, "I was the warrior. I was good and just. I thundered across the land like the wrath of a just god." You guys had the scene with Vorterman's fellow knights fighting with Strahd's armies. He says, "But the war years and killing years wore down my soul as the wind wears stone into sand." Next chapter, he says, "My army settled in the valley, renamed from my father, as we took power over the people in the name of a just God, but with none of a God's grace or justice." And in that scene is where he dedicates the castle, and you guys, he like stabs his palm and he says, "I am the land." His voice again, "All goodness slipped from my life. I found my youth and strength gone, and all I had left was death." He receives word of his mom's passing. You guys see in his little study, you see his little, there's a secret passageway in his study. He says, escape from the isolation of death was impossible. In my many years, I learned that the brightest days cast the darkest of shadows. He says, next chapter, "At my advisor's behest, I called for my remaining family, long unseated from their ancient thrones, and brought them here to settle in the castle I built for them. From this plea came a younger brother of mine, Sergei. Nearly grown, I had never known him." We meet Sergei. They have a tense fight. Says, "He was handsome and youthful. I hated him for both." That's all the things that have been written so far, along with the description of all the scenes you guys have done together. Now he hears voice anew. He says, "Then all my disparaging thoughts fell away like dead leaves. She was, without doubt, the most beautiful person I'd ever seen." The mists part, and you, as your characters, are not there. You are not in a body. You are just, again, kind of passive observer, kind of spirits kind of floating around in the room. But you see in front of you a dining hall, fine dining room. Looks familiar. It's where we first met Terramin and Camila for the first time. Except the room is much brighter, much newer, much cleaner. It's like brand new, sparkling, clean, very alive and bright. And so I'm asking my players to play characters who are here at the dinner. That's what we're going to do here. As your characters are observing, you'll be playing characters who are here at the dinner. 3 enormous crystal chandeliers brilliantly illuminate a magnificent feast hall. Pillars of stone stand against dull white marble walls supporting the ceiling. Let me get you guys onto a map. This is a huge map that I put a smaller map onto. That's where I'm going to put you guys. Bam. Tell me you can see it's in the bottom left or kind of center left of this giant black mass. Y'all see that?
I see it.
Okay.
Thank
God bless you.
you.
Bless you.
At the center of the far west wall, between floor-to-ceiling mirrors, brass pipes climb the stone-like grapevines. They extend upward from a wooden base of an expansive pipe organ. The grand fireplace set into the southern wall blankets the room in a homey warmth. You are seated in the center of the room at a chestnut refectory table, draped with a white satin tablecloth. The table is laden with an assortment of delectable foods: roasted beast basted in a savory sauce, roots and herbs from distant lands, and sweet fruits and vegetables of all sizes and colors. Places are set for each of you, and six. Okay, you guys are these guests essentially. Each set with delicate porcelain and silver. Set near each plate is a crystal goblet filled with an amber liquid emanating like a delicate, tantalizing, with a nice smell to it. Okay, so here we are. We have Strahd at the head of the table, you see. As your vision becomes clear, you recognize each of these characters. You have his brother Sergei. You have Dawn Lord Markovia in the flesh. We have a dusk elf woman. We have Rahadin, a dusk elf man. And we have, for the first time, you see Tatiana herself in her original incarnation. She's seated at the table with all of you. For this dinner, we're having... who's playing Sergei? Rogue's playing Sergei. We're all muted still. Rogue's playing Sergei. Tatiana will be played by Minnie.
Yep.
I'm the Dawn Lord.
Yeah, Markovia will be played by Jester, and Rahadin will be played by Prankster. I'll be playing both Patrina down here and Strahd. So he welcomes you all to his dinner. Sorry, I need to double check. This is fun for me and strange to let you guys do things here. Strahd has a strange to you smile on his face that you've not seen. This is again young, alive. This is not vampire Strahd. This is just a man, and there's a warmth, as though Tatiana is radiating at him, as he just smiles at her.
We feel a warmth from Tatiana to him, or from Strahd to her?
Yeah, he is basking in her glow, if you will. She looks oddly out of place.
All the while she's
Tatiana.
sitting there looking at the excessive amount of silverware and looking over at how everyone else is using like a specific fork for their salad, and she's trying to figure out which one goes where and discreetly working on just eating as cleanly and nobly as those around her.
Yeah. Sorry, this is so awkward. Let me double check this.
One question.
Go ahead.
Is Tatiana with Sergei?
She is not with him.
Okay.
She is just a guest in the castle. And it's frankly odd because everyone else here is either a very important person, or I get it, they're all kind of members of his court, and then there's just random common woman. She's dressed in like a common dress, and she doesn't look like she belongs. But
But Sergey and Tatiana are a couple.
Not currently.
not actually not quite.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
So he has. I'm sorry. This is so awkward because I'm like. That's why I didn't want to do this all by myself because I'm like, I don't play 16 characters and explain this to you guys. Strahd has invited her to this dinner. Fun to role play by myself. He
No,
says,
it's all good. I just wanted to.
No. I'm so glad you're asking because it's a lot of things.
I've got-
It's a weird timeline thing too. It's like what do we know and what do we not know, and what has happened, what hasn't happened. No. So Strahd will just say, sorry. I especially want to thank each of you for being here. He says, Tatiana, she
Thank you, my lord.
says, Sergei tells me of your work with the church, with the children, with the elderly. This is all.
Yes, we're making strides to help with the improvements in the village.
The Dawn Lord speaks up at that, holding probably a glass of wine at the base of the cup. But
Yeah.
Strahd, you must remember, no matter her work, she is still yet a commoner. She can't even use proper silverware.
Tatiana kind of blushes in embarrassment and kind of stares like back at her plate, like trying to be as invisible and small as she can.
Nothing
Rahadin
to be
is-
embarrassed about. And he
Rahadin-
holds up his cup to Tatiana.
Rahadin is eating, like takes takes a little bite. My dear Tatiana, at least you can eat properly, unlike a certain other person in this room. And Lord Strahd, and he makes that comment. He kind of like notes Patrina. He said, and I think that Lord Strahd has done a wonderful job of supporting the church in this area, as he gives kind of like a curt nod towards the Dawn Lord.
Indeed he has. And thank you, my lord.
Very welcome.
Well, I'm sure
Yet-
everybody eats differently. Nothing to be ashamed of at all, right? Frankly, I would eat with any of the commoners. It wouldn't bother me.
Well, we have a very lovely stew on Fridays. You're welcome to come and join us some evening. We tend to share it with the children of the orphanage.
That would be amazing, wouldn't it, brother? Maybe get out and see some of the commoners.
Sure, he says. That would be lovely.
The Dawn Lord speaks up. But Strahd, do you really believe the Morning Lord would want you to sully your hands in such a way?
I suppose I have my place here in the castle. I am glad to have people who serve all kinds of roles in the land.
I think the most important thing is how Lord Strahd has supported the people of this land in all that they've gone through.
Patrina, he's a true hero. She says she's kind of like peeking up at the end of the table, kind of like peeking up and like just trying to get his attention. She kind of like she does a thing where she tries to like make her cleavage extra like showy, and just kind of like leans in to try to get Strahd's attention.
As everyone's like cheering Strahd, Tatiana kind of side glances over at Sergei. smiles.
Patrina, you might sate your thirst more with wine than with Lord Strahd's attention.
She kind of clears her throat. She glares at him. Takes a really big gulp of wine. Excuse me. She stands up and she is kind of says, "May I sit here? May I sit here?" Strahd looks at her and says, "Oh, you are my guest."
Rahadin will stand up. He says, Patrina, your assigned seat was over here. This is where we were all sitting. And we have things, people sit in their places for a reason.
I was told I would be the Count's escort for the evening. She
let her sit whatever she wants.
Yeah, she just kind of plants her feet and she's like kind of like talks to her teeth. She's like, I was told I would be the Count's escort this evening.
It's very interesting. And I suppose you might be able to escort your own ass back into your original seat.
Now. No need to get nasty about it.
If it'll help, I could just take the opening spot over on this side, next to Sergei.
That's fine. Thank you. She says. She kind of scoots your stuff across the table.
As long as we can, continue this. Wait, why are we here?
It's fine.
I'm sure they know.
It's fine. Yeah, no, that's fair. It's fun. It's really just you especially. It's appropriate for you to feel completely like you don't belong here, but it's really just supposed to be just a regular old dinner of friends, and you've been brought to this thing like that. Like these guys eat together all the time. It's weird that they brought you in here, but he's just like Strahd had just learned about the work you're doing. At least that's his reason for inviting you. It's like, oh, you're doing great work in the village, the town of Barovia, which is just below the castle here. And so he invited you as like a representative of the whatever nonprofit work you're doing there. Just a nice volunteer for the church, and you're not a cleric or anything like that. You're just someone who takes care of people and helps out. And he's like, you're our honored guest. He brought you here. And yes, and Strahd looks visibly like kind of annoyed with Patrina. But he does give her like little kind smiles. But he's clearly his attention is elsewhere.
Oh, Miss Patrina, you seem to be out of wine. Here, let me get some of that for you. And I'll kind of start pouring a little bit of wine for her. Because it says I have to be extremely kind to her.
Yeah.
Rahadin will pick up his napkin and like press it against his face, putting it down, and he says, Tatiana, I appreciate the position that you're in. However, that is not your job here. You are our guest, and I would ask you to please sit down and enjoy your meal.
I apologize. Yeah. And I'll sit down and set the wine down.
Yeah.
It's all right.
A servant comes in and says, oh, very sorry. It takes it away from Tatiana. He says, please sit. He runs over and tosses off Patrina, whose glass was completely empty.
Rahadin will look at the servant, and he says, there will be no more mistakes like this. We are agreed.
Of course.
Sergei will look over to Tatiana and smile very, very kindly to her. Like, that was very nice of you to offer.
Thank you, my lord. And she like kind of smiles back.
Awesome. Okay, I'm typing something in the Curse of Strahd.
while he's typing.
Was
Uh,
oh, good.
the Dawn Lord looks over at Tatiana since she's now sitting next to her.
Oh yeah.
And who happened to have given you that lovely brooch of the Morning Lord? It seems very nice.
Thank you very much. Out of character, I don't really know where I got it from, but I'm telling you where I got it from right now, in character, totally. Maybe it was one of the elders of the village as a gift. Where would she have got it? Like, does it actually specify, or can I just make it up?
You could totally make it up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there was a elder gentleman who gave it to me when I stayed by his side when his wife had passed away.
I might say it seems like you do a better job at whatever it is you do, Tatiana, than Patrina does with anything in her goddamn life.
Tatiana doesn't know whether or not to say thank you. She doesn't really know what to say, because if she says thank you, then
No, Rodden. Why such venom towards Patrina?
Yes, Patrina is a follower of the Dawn Lord. And so are you. We are all quite blessed.
No, we are indeed quite blessed in Count Strahd's presence. I agree.
Well, we could all agree to that. Quite happy under my fantastic brother's rule.
No.
Hey, brother.
Here. And
I'd like to propose a toast to Count Strahd. May he find long life. May he find happiness. And may his rule be just in this place that is alight with his presence.
And may he be blessed by the Morning Lord, such as it should be.
And may the darkness, and he kind of looks at Patrina as he says it, fall under his foot. Cheers.
Strahd raises his glass. He says, "Thank you. Thank you very much, Rodden."
You're very welcome.
Yes, we are blessed by the Dawn Lord and the Morning Lord. He says, it's a shame. He says, it's nice to have servants of the Morning Lord here. He says, servants like my dear brother. To be a priest, even though he can never marry. He says with a kind of a
Tatiana kind
a wry
of
laugh.
the smile that she had towards Sergei kind of falters a little bit.
Yeah. He just kind of pats him on the back.
Sergei just laughs. He laughs it off. And he throws a grape in his mouth, and he's like, well, there's plenty more for you then, brother, right?
He says, oh, I don't... Yes, certainly. More for me, he says.
I'm sure you can still manage to find love and happiness, though, Sergei, right?
He'll raise an eyebrow, and he says,
Happiness.
Well, oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, you first.
He says, well, as long as my new studies don't get in the way of the Morning Lord. And he'll nod over to Dawn Lord Markovia.
Yes. The Morning Lord shall guide your hand and satiate any need. And shall be your protector.
He will satiate your need just like Patrina never could.
I am not so sure what you mean there, Rahadin, but it sounds almost as if you just spoke of a blasphemy in the presence of the Dawn Lord about the Morning Lord.
Oh, the Morning Lord can definitely fill us. That's what I was saying. Unlike a certain someone else.
It is the Morning Lord's power that allowed me to tend to Strahd's wounds in battle.
Yes. Amen to that.
I think that the servants are starting to gather up dishes and it's getting to be that time. Do you all have your bullet points? There's a little scene at the end.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You want me to go ahead and enact?
Yeah, go for it. I forgot. Yes. Sorry.
Sergey, he grabs another grape off the table, throws it in his mouth, downs his wine, says, "Well, excuse me, I must be on my way. I'm headed to the bath. I can't continue another bite."
I was wondering, Lord Sergey, before your bath, if you'll excuse me, I need to get home, and I was wondering if you'd be willing to help escort me.
Of course, my lady.
Strahd stands quickly. So there's no need for that. Please, I insist, Tatiana.
Thank you so kindly, my lord, but I
Just
really...
no. We can have a. He snaps his fingers. He says, "Please have a room drawn up for our guest Tatiana." He says, "I assure you, you'll be much more comfortable here in the castle. We can have a room drawn up for you. Every comfort provided."
I could take you back to the village. I mean, it's not a problem.
Very well, my lord. Lord Strahd. Maybe you could help me return to the village maybe in the morning?
That's an excellent idea.
I know the morning sunrises are beautiful. But yes.
He smiles, nods.
I can stay for the night.
All right.
Sergey respects whatever she wishes.
Yeah, sure. Strahd is he's kind of pleased that she'll stay, and as Tatiana accepts this invitation.
I was looking at Sergey as I was accepting.
Yeah, Strahd realizes she's not even looking at him, and his smile fades. And everywhere again, you PCs, your characters who are just floating around, hear the voice of Strahd in the room again in the tome. He says, "It was as if the sun that had favored me had been all along hidden by a cloud. Its brilliant glory now shone in full upon him and him alone." At this point, you are whisked away to the castle courtyard. And again, there's room on this map. I might do a little theater of the mind because this map was not as nice as I thought. It's actually in the same area that the games were, the fight that you guys had last time you were outside. Remember you had the stands set up outside and you had the big fighting games. It's in that same area. I might throw you guys out there for get rid of the PCs. I'm just going to take Strahd and Tatiana. And I'll take you guys. I'll take you guys too.
And it says Sergei was basically just like not even. He's naive, and he's not even like getting the hints, right?
Yeah, he's kind of oblivious that there's tension there.
Can we read our like little bullet points you gave us for our characters, or do you want us to keep those secret?
You can read them.
Because I just think it'd be fun.
Sure. Go ahead and read them. We'll read them now. While I'm transitioning scenes. Go ahead.
Sure. So Rahadin keeps the peace as best as he can. He aggressively aids Strahd in conversation and touts his accomplishments. He keeps decorum at dinner at all costs. So wanting to get like Tatiana wanting to get it like, no, you're rich. No way, man. If one of the characters is actively aggressive towards another guest, Rahadin will escort them out or kill them if they attempt to attack. And then the final bullet point was mock or otherwise demean Patrina.
You
That
did
one
a
was definitely
wonderful.
nailed on.
You nailed
that
it.
one.
You nailed it.
Thanks. I had lots of fun. That was fun.
Mine are pretty self-explanatory, honestly. Light up with Sergei. Acknowledge Strahd. Be polite. Not fit in. And then initially try to... Just everything all about Sergei. Essentially.
Yeah.
Sergey.
That was good.
So-
You definitely covered it.
He's so hot right now.
It's funny because when we started it, I was thinking that like she was going to be hitting on Strahd, so that caught me off guard, and I was like,
yeah,
because it said Sergei is naive, kind of to a fault, and always thinks the best of people, especially his elder brother. He engages with the guest at the table. He's entirely oblivious to Strahd's advances on Tatiana.
Interesting.
Must also be
believes-
oblivious to her advances on him.
Right. He believes his older brother's insults are merely jokes and smoothly brushes them away or twists them into positives. And he tries to keep the table in high spirits and abate any tensions.
Oh, so that was
Sergey.
perfect.
Did a
Good
great
guess,
job.
Sergey.
The Dawn Lord bask in the chaos of this meal. Speaks of guests that seem to have religious iconography on them, and reminds Strahd that this young woman is a commoner and he is being foolish, but very subtly, because the Dawn Lord is apparently the only one that does not fear Strahd's power and believes that the protection of the Morning Lord is stronger.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and give you Strahd and Patrina's too. Strahd, his agenda, which I didn't really push because it was to learn as much as he can about Tatiana. That's what we should have gotten out of that scene, but I wasn't. I didn't want to push you to improvise everything. He also wants to sabotage his brother in any way he can, including casually making the point that as a member of the church, Sergei has to take a vow of non-marriage, and he will pay no mind to Patrina, even though he is technically her escort this evening. But Patrina's only two bullets were avoid of attempts to regain Strahd's attention any way she can, and avoid Rahadin's judgments. This is fun bullet points. And again, it's more fun to have y'all do all this than have to do this.
No, that was a lot of fun.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
I had a lot of fun being a bitchy Rahadin.
It was pretty good, man. It was the solo show. Okay. So we've kind of been whisked away from the scene into another one. And again, you are not there. You are strictly observing. I put your tokens. Do y'all see where you are on the map over here?
Yeah, I just removed the curtain.
Yeah, and again, I didn't want to do this map because it's super low res, but it was just a huge map. Okay. You are whisked away to the castle courtyard, where Strahd walks alongside Tatiana in the soft dusk light. So it is darker here, but it's not like magically dark like it is nowadays. It's just yeah, they're just kind of walking together down this way.
Shout out to Patreon DM Andy for this.
Yeah, and that's why it's low res, because I didn't pay for it. He does good work. Thank you. And okay. Strahd asks her how she finds her new. Now I got our both parts over here. Just a heads up, Minnie. Strahd asks her how she finds her new quarters here and of her satisfaction with the amenities of castle life. She replies, "Everything is wonderful, old one." Sign of respect to him, but Strahd's eyes momentarily grow wide as if a knife had pierced his chest. The sound of a gentle harp strums over the quiet courtyard, and the mists again kind of blind you over here in the beautiful courtyard. You hear Tatiana giggling behind you, but you are no longer behind the castle. She sits on a stool. Do I even have this on this map? I didn't do all the... You know what? It may have been this room, actually. It doesn't matter. I'm not... Clear the mind is what we're doing. Tatiana sits on a stool in the grandiose, paneled music room. Her hair has grown several inches, and her homely vestments have been replaced by a simple but beautiful summer dress. Stunning harp music drifts through the air, and you see Strahd plucking at the instrument strings, entirely at peace and enraptured by Tatiana's joy of the music. Almost frozen in time, the two begin to sing together until a door clicks and Sergei enters. She stands and bows to him, and he hurries toward her, hugging her so tightly that she rises from the ground. He spins her around and around, and the room kind of fades around you. It says anyone with a DC 11 it's fine. I'm gonna free insight check. Reveals that she is a little confused as he lifts her up. Not to a point of like to where she doesn't like him, but she just feels uneasy, uncomfortable with the situation.
Sergei?
Yeah, she feels uncomfortable that Sergei came in and hugged her in this moment. And I would give Paul, because of his ridiculous wisdom.
Truth.
Well, you know what? Everyone roll an insight check. Let's see who gets it. Everyone roll an insight check. It's a higher DC for the next little bit. Nope.
My rolls are
I know.
so bad. They're so bad.
Insight, please. Okay, I knew it. This Terra's got some wisdom too.
Of course.
Enough.
Yep. Prankster
Okay,
was
wisdom.
good.
Okay, so again, I think
Smells like victory.
Terramin and Paul both recognize that she feels a little uncomfortable with the situation, but Paul recognizes even more so that there is a sense of guilt on her face after her eyes flicker in Strahd's direction as she's being spun around. She feels guilty.
Paul
okay,
can Paul whisper something?
Probably not, but we could try.
Oh my god, they're banging.
I like that your ghosts can talk to each other. That might be fun.
You made me laugh so hard I hit the wrong button.
They're banging. It's really funny. Okay, so we'll go, and then we will go back. So Tatiana's being spun around in his arms. She continues to spin, and her already stunning dress morphs into a blossoming red gown with large petticoat. She now dances in a ballroom. And you realize it's the same room where y'all were before, except the table has been cleared away, to make room for this dance. It's cleared for a crowd. There's a whole crowd here now, all noble people. She whirls to the tune of a now lively pipe organ and a small band playing. Her outstretched hand clasps with Sergei's as he forms from the mist, like, right there in her hand. And they are entwined, twirling and floating through a crowd of nobles, all doing the same. Everyone's dancing. All that is, except for Lord Strahd, who sits starkly below a deathly still portrait of his own likeness. He calls for a toast to the people of Barovia, and to his incredible guest, staring deeply into Tatiana's eyes. He steps forward from his throne, which is in here now, and he presents Tatiana and Sergei with goblets. And I want to say, for this scene, you guys are actually there, like you're dancing nobles in the room, but you are you. So you got a little bit of agency as you see this happening.
So Sergei and Tatiana are dancing, and
Yes.
Strahd is sitting like a
Strahd
grump.
calls for a toast to the people of Barovia and to his incredible guest as he stares deeply into her eyes, and he comes forward and presents a goblet to Tatiana and to Sergei, to each of them. And he calls for a toast. Me find. That's fine. If y'all don't want to do anything, you don't have to do anything. I'm just giving you a chance.
Paula's waltzing with Zash, just for fun.
For sure. For sure. You guys are dancing together.
Am I still playing Sergei?
No, you are
wait.
now yourself as a noble. I'm sorry, I tried to make that clear. It's yeah, I'm throwing things at you.
Yeah. You guys start to dance. He turns to Camilla and offers his hand.
Camilla,
Dance.
oh, thank you. I would be happy to. She kind of is in this phase where she almost believes she's in a dream, kind of like Paul was the other day. And dancing is an old joy of hers. So when you offer to take her hand and dance with her, you see, I mean, granted, it's not Camilla, you're looking at a noble, but this noble woman lights up very, like there's a happiness there that you probably would have never seen from Camilla as she takes her hand and she follows you onto the dance floor.
Okay. Oh, I see. He only gets a +3.
Paul will look at Zash, who's dancing with, and he's like, "God damn it. Camilla opened the book again. Can you believe this? I told her explicitly to not open the book. She opened the book. What the fuck? I just want one goddamn night of rest. Is that so hard to ask? Now spin me, Zash."
Zash picks up the person that is Paul right now and spins him like a top.
Fantastic.
That's fine.
That's cool.
Now spin
That's
me.
Spin me, Zash.
Paul does a little tip.
All right. Sorry. Let me double check what happens here. Everyone again. He's asked everyone for a toast, so he's asking everyone to cheers as he hands goblets to Tatiana and Sergei. You'd all also raise a glass, and to the people of Barovia, and to our incredible guest, Miss Tatiana. And everyone takes a drink, and he just watches her drink. He's got his eyes on her the whole time.
No.
And
no.
It's too late. I gave you a chance to perceive, but you didn't.
I want to. Oh, so I can't perceive now?
No. Well, you rolled a wisdom check for some reason. I don't know what that was.
I rolled a wisdom check to determine whether or not I was
Mad.
lucid dreaming.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah. Yeah. No. So no one noticed that he did a little something to her drink.
What a son of a bitch!
And so she drinks it, and immediately she turns towards Sergei at the end of the toast, and immediately like steals him away for a dance. But she dances like with more passion than ever with Sergei. And Strahd looks very upset. And
Backfired.
And you hear his voice once again. I wanted Camila. I'm not sure if Minnie can hear us or if she needs a headset. I'll tell her again later. But you hear Strahd's voice once again saying, "This is Strahd in the book now." Okay, Minnie, you missed that Strahd had apparently done something to Tatiana's drink.
Dang it!
And he's watching her drink it. When she finishes it, she looks to Sergei and she dances with him like more passionately than ever.
Dude, she got drunk.
And he looks and Strahd looks furious. And then you hear his voice in your head again, scribing in the book. He says, "One would think the ritual for casting a love spell or creating a love filter would be more common. But my books were bereft of such things, except for a single short treatise on the subject. The writer's conclusion that love was a force that could not be successfully reproduced by magical methods struck me as being inanely smug. And now, the attuned creature to the Tome of Strahd, that is Miss Camila.
That's me.
Has now learned how to craft a filter of love using the rules from the Alchemy Almanac. This is like stuff off of DM's Guild, but I'll help you with all that stuff off between sessions.
Later.
Filter of love, and it says when prepared using Strahd's notes here, the filter may be brewed on any night. There's no longer the limited must be brewed on a new moon requirement. This also says the relevant bases and reagents can easily be purchased from Ginny Greenteeth. Should you use her shop in your campaign? Found around Barovia and even more easily discovered lining the shelves and pockets of spellcasters found across the country. So there's still a chance if you wanted to make a love potion, you might be able to do that.
This is giving me ideas.
But this is the end of the mists all around you. You see Strahd like just grasping his goblet, furious, as you hear him lamenting how this is all gone for him. And everyone wakes up fully rested in the Burgomaster's mansion.
Yeah. I'll be right back.
Sure.
Sorry, I was trying to tell them later, but they're like, no, come look at this chair.
It's fine.
So Paul, we woke up, right?
Yeah, we're awake.
Wait, sure. You can all wake up now. I think that's going to be the last thing you experience before you wake up, because I want you guys to get a full night's rest.
Paul will look at his journal, kind of like going over some of his dreams and the like. And he looks at it and he get kind of like get this like quizzical expression on his face. And we've seen all of this, so we're all conscious of everything going on. And the question, there's like a line of thought, and it's, we know that this isn't the first iteration or however you put it, reincarnation of like Irina was Tatiana, who was somebody else, who was somebody else, who's somebody else. And we know that about what's his face, Demon Arm guy. We know that about
well, Izek was not someone else. He was literally the Irina and Izek were brother and sister in this incarnation.
Oh, okay.
As children, yeah.
Sure. So he knows that there's like these different incarnations. And so the question that is at the very bottom of his journal is if there is different incarnations of all these different people, does that mean there's an incarnation of Sergei?
Something to think about.
Which is, yeah. It's a question that just kind of like lingers on the page. And that we see him just like looking at the journal. And then like camera pans out and moves to somebody else.
Zash is literally
Sergei
in the
reincarnation?
kitchen.
Question mark.
Zash is literally in the kitchen just grabbing a hunk of meat and eating it.
Oh yeah, I gotta just reveal this whole house. I wanted to keep it mysterious because it's like you guys don't know what's in there, but it's nothing. You can see everything.
Any interesting books, by the way?
Maybe I have to look that up. I guess we can go for a bit longer. I was like, should we just cut it here, guys? Should we go just a bit longer to get a sense of where we're going for next session? I know Prank is ready for bed.
Just pick it was.
Frank, are you muted, buddy?
Yeah, you're muted.
So tired he forgets to unmute.
Yeah, no, you are correct. I gotta get up early tomorrow.
That's fair. Okay.
But Paul does want to have one last interaction with Zash, but I understand that everybody else, I want to give, maybe like one more thing.
The Rogue's not here, so...
Oh, I was gonna say I want one small interaction with Rogue, but we'll see if he gets back in time.
Well, I can go first then.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so Paul comes down, finds Zash with this hunk of meat, and he's like, "How are you doing?"
What do you mean?
Oh, I'm just checking on you. I know that you were so excited to get help out good Kitty, and then she turned into the daughter, and you just kind of walked away.
I held up my promise. And I knew that would happen.
I know, but you were so passionate about helping her. This was very interesting to see it. You disconnect so quickly.
She needed me at one point. I was the only one that could communicate with her. We cured her. My job was done.
Paul looks up at Zash and he'll just say, "You know that we need you too, right?"
Yes. Why do you say such a thing?
Because, like Paul will look towards the window and he'll be like, "When I was in the Underdark, there were many people who came to me for assistance, for all matter of things." And I imagine he's like at his pipe out and he's like morning smoke. And something interesting would happen with some of these people. They would get my help, then they would leave. Just go. He just kind of keeps looking out towards the stuff. What's your favorite animal, if you don't mind me asking, Zash?
Zash kind of looks up, thinks for a moment. I would have to say any animal that is in my presence is my favorite.
Good to know. Super helpful. Well, I just want you to know that I don't know if you've ever had that same issue as myself, but I want you to know that I count you as a friend, Zash, and I'm grateful for you. And I have no intention of leaving your side.
I didn't figure you did. I just do what we need when we need to do it.
That's fair. And I just want you to know that sometimes it's more than just that type of those deeds. That sometimes it's just nice to just to communicate that sentiment is all.
Zash looks down at Paul. Sometimes one has to get their hands dirty so the other can have their hands clean.
My good
Have you ever thought that perhaps I am trying to help keep your hands clean for your practice?
My good man. Before here, I dug graves for a living. It's quite difficult to keep one's hand clean when they're covered with dirt. Inhale, smoke his pipe, and blow it out.
As he says that, Zash starts walking towards the door. I was not speaking of dirt being what covers your hands. And he grabs his axe on his hip and then pushes the door open and walks out.
Yeah, it's fun. So Camila and Terramin were still upstairs.
So Camila, feeling very well rested now, comes wandering.
You're welcome.
Thank you, DM. Comes walking out of the library with a book in hand, wandering around. First stop is to check on Irina to see, is she still sleeping or is she up and about? Like, what's she doing?
Yeah, I think she would probably wake up before you. And she's, you know what? Yeah, she would have been in this closet looking for clothes that she can wear from the. Hey, I can fit into some of this stuff. But her mind is clearly racing. If you see her,
Yeah.
Sees you walk in.
Oh, apologies. Did you need a little bit more time?
Oh no, it's fine. What's Terramin doing?
Tyrion is looking out the window in like deep contemplation, watching some farmer outside in the grass.
Hey, Theremin!
Till the ground outside.
I had a really fun dream last night. You are a wonderful dancer. Did you know that?
He stares at her for a second, like contemplating this, and then he smiles and stands up. Oh, thank you, my lady. Yes, I recall this dream. Did you read of the book yet?
Her smile falters a little bit. Wait a minute. No, I promise. I didn't. As soon as I get the realization, I didn't go into the book. Honestly, I barely remember much of what. Is that what that was?
That's something I heard Paul say. I did enjoy our dance. I think I used to like dancing. He ponders this as he scratches his chin for a moment.
She smiles. I know I did.
Irina says, "It was the book. I was there."
The smile fades as the reality sinks in.
Yeah. Jesus.
Wait a minute. If this is a dream, does that mean she was Tatiana and not Irina?
Yeah. Yes, she was there the whole time. She was Irina. She experienced herself as Irina, as Tatiana, rather. Yeah. Yeah. So she was.
Is that what you were gonna say? Is that what you were gonna say, Rogue?
Yeah, I was gonna say who.
Yeah. I had many playing her, but she was herself in the dream. I didn't have to play her.
Give her the old 1-2 punch.
Irina was Tatiana that whole time. So she's like his brother. She's just kind of stunned.
His brother, what about his brother?
She's just... Sergei is Strahd's brother.
I think she loved him.
I think I did. She says. Past tense.
You found yourself drawn to him, and not Strahd?
I felt so many things.
Well, that's good then.
Perhaps we shouldn't read anymore. No, I would like to read more of this book. She says.
Well, not right now, anyway. I think right now we have a lot of information, and we need to go and find those children. Because if there's a chance, and I stick my hand in the pouch that's holding the bloody dress, that she's still alive. I want to find her.
Yes, must do that. There is a prisoner that we brought back here last night, and he'll tell her about that situation. He'll fill her in real quick. That the prisoner's in there, be careful. We learned about the werewolves and blah blah blah. Fill her in.
What do we do about him anyway? I had a strange sensation of bloodlust last night.
Perhaps we could use him to get us into the camp.
Do you think he would even be willing to do that, though? Especially now that he's not a werewolf anymore. Would they know? Would they be able to tell, you think?
I'm not sure. I felt compelled to crush his skull open. But then, perhaps they should all see justice.
Well, if we could use him a little bit more, then maybe we should. Whatever it takes.
They should steal no more children from this place.
Irina, what'll you do? I don't know if it's safe for you to come with us, but I don't know if it's safe for you to stay here as well.
I'll instruct the guards not to allow anyone in. I can work from home for now.
Yes, there's a vampire trying to find you.
Yes, his name is Count Strahd. Sorry.
Oh, man. Yeah.
All right. I guess we'll stop it there then.
Can
We're
Paul
ready to
do one last
You're
thing?
the one who's like, I gotta go to bed. Wait, I got more.
Okay, so it's literally just a little quick thing. So y'all are having this discussion. Paul just had this discussion with Zash. He comes up the stairs, starts to walk down the hall, sees Camilla in the hallway, gives her a glare, and he says, "Camilla?"
Yes?
Gives her the iciest stare.
She turns around a little confused. If you think this was my fault, I can assure you it was not.
He walks through the door, just slams the door before anything else.
Oh, sure. Damper.
That's great. That's a good place to end the session. I love it. Camilla?
Yeah.
Like Gilly. Awesome. Thanks, guys. Inspiration for everybody. I put y'all in a weird place to do that scene, so good job, everybody.
Yay.
Oh, that was so much fun. Thank you so much, Bees.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks for being a good sport about that, too, Minnie. I thought it'd be a fun bit at the end.
Absolutely.
You guys are all great. Again, inspiration for everyone. If you don't have it, you have it now. Good job, everyone.
Cool.
And for anyone still hanging around the stream, thank you so much for joining us.
Mm-hmm.
Boom.
Yeah, and boom goes the dynamite.
Yeah.
Good night, everybody.
Have a good
Bye-bye,
night.
Everyone.
Whenever are we gonna level up?
Well, you gotta get to that werewolf den. Get your treasure out of there.
Milestone. He's doing milestones.
I was trying not to remind you guys during that interrogation, like, there might be something in that werewolf den you could ask him about.
Oh, yeah.
Hey.
My goal